In River State, especially the Ikweres and the Iches and the Opobos, this soup is a staple. Now, this is another way you can make your Okazi soup as a Rivers woman. And for those of you who has found love in River State, you should learn how to make this soup. The last time I made Okazi soup here, I paired it with Egusi. But for today's recipe, right, we're going to use offor as the take now. Now let's begin without any further ado. Now use any protein of choice, preferably dry meat or dry bush meat. Okay, those were not available. I used cow head, washed it properly, added to the pot, added water, cooked it until it was 60% done. I then added stockfish, season it up with salt, pepper, and then my best seasoning. Then I'll cover and allow it to cook for another 10 minutes. I'll then introduce this properly washed water snail. Then I will stir together so everything will combine, all right? And then I'll cover and allow it to cook for another 10 minutes. After 10 minutes here, I'll remove it and set it aside for later use. Now into your pot, introduce palm oil. When it's hot, you're going to add the offor. Allow it to fry a little bit, all right, before you introduce pepper. If you don't have pepper, just reintroduce the meat and its stock, all right, and then stir together to combine. Add enough water to cook your soup. Another way we make this soup is to introduce water straight into the meat and start cooking. Then you can add offor along the line as you go. To add in the water, I added dry fish, covered and allow it to cook for up to 15 minutes. And when I opened up, it has thickened up to my preferred thickness, all right? And then I'll introduce more dry fish and then introduce this pounded oporo, which is also known as dried prawns. Blended or pounded, anyone is okay. Stir together to combine, stir very well, okay? Cover and allow this to cook for another 15 minutes. For the ogiri lovers, we don't use ogiri for this particular soup, but if you want to add it, you know, we're free to explore, right? You can decide to add it. At this point, I tasted and I'm adjusting with seasoning and a little bit of salt. I will stir together to combine, after which I'll cover the pot and allow it to cook for another 5 minutes. Just like Archie does, offor thickens up when it cools down. So be mindful of the quantity of offor you give to your soup each time you're making the soup. After 5 minutes, I opened and I'm introducing periwinkle. Now, after introducing your periwinkle, you will stir to combine. Allow this to cook for 2 minutes. You put off the heat. Now there is a pattern we cook the soup. We don't just introduce the okazi when the soup is boiling. Okay, this is where, as you know, seem to be kind of different from every other okazi soup. Now the lights are off, right? I will stir together so the heat can evaporate. Now I need to bring to your notice that the kind of fish you use for the soup will determine the taste of the soup. For this okazi soup, I used 3 different types of fish because I want them to bring out the taste of the soup. The type of fish we use for the soup right now is very expensive, so do what you can or do what works for you. After 5 to 10 minutes of allowing the soup to cool down, I introduced the okazi leaf. Now you're going to stir the okazi into the soup to enable it dissolve properly. Make sure to dissolve the okazi. You know, after pounding, the okazi came in chunks. So as you keep stirring and keep scattering, right, you get your preferred consistency. I want to use this opportunity to welcome you to the channel if you're new here. And if you're my returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. I appreciate you. If you're new here and you love what we do here, right, subscribe to the channel, turn on your bell notification so you'll be notified each time we post a new video. Like, share the video. Thank you. At this point, the aroma in my kitchen was nose blinding, and the soup is ready. Pair with any swallow of choice, preferably fufu. Alright, thank you for watching. Till I meet you in my next video, do have a pleasant day. Bye bye.